You see, when you want to, respond to what I'm saying, for today, and there's people out there on the streets, just say it in pidgin small for me.
The thing with it, they my heart, it be the people that way they suffer for their country.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
How was prison?
It was fun and entertaining. It was fun and
Really?
next year I'll be ushering you there.
Hey, no.
It's so that when you go, you will be perform. They got to know. They need to understand.
You show me TV moon, fridge moon. Oh, fridge moon. The boss, but you're making up for my
Mafia manager. Yeah, very fine. The 24-hour economy. Yeah, very fine.
This is a local passport for birth certificate.
Got it.
Monetizing games, Dr. Bawumia addresses the critical issues of responsible media and
So we're bringing more gold out of the game. The chiefs will have to be back. Ultimately, to start mining land, and you don't have any chiefs. All people are mining this country. It is going to be very, very big change. Big change. It also means minerals development plan. You want to bring development plan. Establishing minerals development plan to help the miners. Who give them the loans to build mining equipment and they will be able to mine responsibly. How do we monetize the talent? You make a good song and we all dance to it and sing it all over the place. But as we enjoy all of that music or watch all of those films, the payments that are supposed to go to the creators don't take place. And so, whilst on the one hand, we are in the public are enjoying all of this creativity, the musicians and the actors are not getting paid. And so their talent is not getting monetized. And so you can see that we could play your song and then keep playing it across the radios and all of that. But then you end up poor, nonetheless, in your old age. And so this has been a major issue, and we've had a lot of discussions with GAMRO on how we can make sure we can monetize and monitor and monetize this talent. The other area that we have been talking about over the last couple of years has been the streaming platforms for music. If you look at it, and I know all the musicians here know this, Ghana we don't own a streaming platform locally for music. So all the streaming platforms like Spotify and so on are all externally owned. And so when we put our music on those platforms, it's not surprising that the returns in terms of the payments that are made to our musicians are very little, and they are not much to write home about in general. And so the issue for us of making sure we have a streaming platform locally for music and put in all the catalogs from A to Z that we can find in Ghana on the platforms. That has been something that has needed to be done for a long time. And so we've been working on this issue. Musica, GAMRO, the music producers, and the private sector, the IT sector. We've been trying to, over the last couple of years, see about putting together a music streaming platform, digital platform for Ghanaian content developers in the creative arts, as I said, to facilitate the tracking, collection, and distribution of royalties in the first place, and also to enable creativeness and assess and manage revenue, and also to help maximize opportunities. So,
Shatta is sitting next to me, and he's quite a talkative, so he was talking when they were bringing me the mic, so I didn't pay attention. But on a more serious note, Your Excellency,
I would like to personally say thank you very much for calling us here. And one very important thing is that most of us don't get to see each other because of how our schedules are. So it's very difficult to find ourselves together under one roof like this. But for this very important occasion, I believe everybody made it a point to be here under 48 hours, and I must commend us all. Also, I would like to say that my personal experience as an artist, I'm coming from analog all the way down to digital. So I'm excited today to have someone like you talk digital to my understanding. So I understand that people like you in your office are on the same page with us when it comes to trying to move from analog to digital. So if a person like you is speaking about streaming platforms as against somebody in your position asking me about what a streaming platform is, then I believe we are in better days. So I'm just gonna commend you. I'm just gonna commend you for how learned you are in that aspect, in that area. And as Mr. Digital, if you are going to take creative arts as part of the things that you're going to digitalize, then I am happy to hear how you're going to do it. Thank you very much.
Guys, it's a good evening. Good evening to everybody. I'm so glad to be here, but initially I didn't want to come here though, but I have this big problem that I feel we can work it out together. You know, I've been watching your campaigns, you know, and you talking about creating jobs, and I can see your slogan that says, to lead is to solve, you know, and I'm actually here to just tell you about this whole great people that we have here. Maybe we might be in this room like this, but the people that made us who we are not in this room, and those are the fans. Your Excellency, I have been on the streets as a ghetto boy. And from the ghetto, now at least I have all this more for pocket. So. But most of the times when I'm on the streets, I see these boys at the traffic lights, you know, some of them, you go to a zoo, you know, all of them. And I sometimes wonder if a government wants to come into power, like if you want to be my president, I want to understand how well you communicate to these people on the streets, because these are the fans that, you know, support all of us here. But sometimes when I watch them, I feel like, what is government putting in place for people like this? Because, you know, when they hear, we have the mining sector, you know, creating jobs we have the agricultural sector, these boys on the streets even find it difficult to be in that kind of uniform, to even go and apply for a job. These are boys that don't have any hope. So sometimes we the celebrities suffer. I know Sammy, bear with me, kuami, Eugene here, you know, Vampika here, you know, you go out and you hear them, boss, chairman, something small. And that is why sometimes people like us want to share what we have with them. So I want to know what you have for our fans out there. And that's the street. And Your Excellency, I'll please plead with you that, you see, when you want to, you know, respond to what I'm saying, for today, and there's people out there on the streets, just say it in pidgin small for me.
Me, where are the politics? The thing with it, they my heart, no. It be the people that way they suffer for the country. Be my heart. Me, I be patron of Lepers Aid Ghana. Me and lepers, we they eat, we they drink, because they want help. Lepers in Ghana. Me, I be farm laborer before. By day worker. I be taxi driver before. I be cleaner before. Yeah. So I say I know how people they suffer before. So where you see me, I a patron also of Mother Teresa's soup kitchen. Christ the King Church, looking after street children. Me and Father come down, we they do that sort of work. So my heart is day the street. Today the street. The thing where they do all, say half of it help the people. So one of the things where you may see, say, okay, free education come, it help. Digitalization to the help plenty. Because when you do your mobile phone talk, you know, nobody asks you bribe. You don't have to know anybody. You know, so you can apply for anything, never better, right on your mobile phone. So digital, it help everybody. You know, so me, I come government as I be the thing where I could do, where I could help everybody. Very much. I think that we started off with the whole issue of the Copyright Act, and the regulations, and that we need to keep updating, being a signatory to the international protocols, and that I will agree with you there. And I think that the issue of setting up of a login at the NCA for both the film and music, of course, makes a lot of sense that we can look at the LI for Act 935, which has not yet been, put on the table. And then I'm going to ask when I get back what is holding this. I think it's very, very important. I think once that LI is put on the table, it cures some of the issues that you're going to raise and allows us to move from just a film industry into a film economy, as you have put it. So I'm quite with you on that. The issue Tilly also raised was let's make sure we appoint ministers who understand the industry. I think that is very, very important. And there's no point in putting people. I mean, we have a lot of work to do. We've got major transformation to make. So if you go and put somebody in charge of a sector that they don't really understand the sector, then there's a problem. Right off the bat, you will make your work 10 times more difficult in that. So I think Tilly's point is makes a lot of sense. Then George also raised the issue of policies and laws which have been passed, but the allies to back them and to make them effective have not been done, like the Creative Arts Agency, the Broadcast Bill. We'll see about how we can put them through. I think the LI has to be laid for 21 days or so to mature. So we'll have to see how we can get it done in this sitting. Then the whole issue of lack of seed money for the university, and I think that I will have to take that with the Minister for Finance to find out exactly why the seed money has not yet gone. You've invited me to come and see this monster, and I'm close by, so I will be happy because what you are saying basically is that we could save a lot of money by rather completing that starting something new, and I think it's also well put. Shadrach also. Isaac also touches on the tax issue, and this is where I believe the flat tax issue works, because it's a tax on your profits, and if you make zero profits, you pay zero tax. It's very, very simple, and that is why I believe that currently the system is complicated, and when you don't even make money, GRA wants you to pay money. And that is where the problem is, So we want to take that matter out so that we have a very clear thing. Now the issue of GAMRO that was raised. I think the Attorney General will have to look at it since it's under his purview. Ghanaian content, how do we prioritize? I think it's a very important point beyond even just the arts. It's countrywide. It's really the whole issue of Ghanaian content nationwide. I have a policy that I am focusing on, which is the Buy Ghana First policy, which is going to be backed by law that says that for the most part, when we are buying as government, and government procurement is very significant, very, very significant. The law will say we should buy Ghana first. Unless the good is not here, let us encourage our industries, let us create the jobs here. And so I think that whole issue of trying to encourage more Ghanaian content across, we should try and do exactly that. So I'm very much in support of any initiatives that we can use to see more Ghanaian content in the arts on our screens.